Hi guys. Today is the 20 questions about my practice from Tumblr tag, and I have the questions on my phone, so I'm going to be looking at that while I answer the questions. And the questions will be posted below in the description, and I tag anybody who would like to do this tag video. You're more than welcome to get those questions down below and do this tag yourself. They are a lot of fun. So as it said, this is questions about my practice. Let's get started. What would you classify your path as? I would classify it as a nature path, and it has similarities to green witchcraft and green magic, but I consider myself to be a nature witch. So I've practiced nature-based witchcraft and magic, seasonal, weather, elemental, green, hedge witch, all of those. I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but that category of magic and witchcraft. And I am eclectic in the sense that I take from various paths and I take what resonates with me. And yeah, it's a natural nature witchcraft and magic. Call myself the nature witch. What deities, if any, do you worship, study, honor, feel drawn to, etc.? I personally don't work with deities and pantheons in my practice. At the moment, I just don't feel a need to have to work with them, and I can do magic on my own with my own intention, so I don't feel the need that I have to call upon them. I have worked with them in the past, and they've told me, you don't need to work with us if you don't want to, and I'm like, oh, okay. I have been drawn to the Greek pantheon. I really do like the Greek stories, and in correlation I have learned a lot about the Roman pantheon because basically the Romans just stole the Greek pantheon along with a lot of other things in history. But anyways, I do like the Greek pantheon and also Roman, and I've looked into Egyptian and Nordic and Celtic and European, so and shamanistic, like different deities of Native Americans and Oriental. So I have looked into a lot of them, and I am drawn a lot to the Greek pantheon, but I don't work with them specifically. Is there a particular element you seem to gravitate towards or work with the most? I gravitate the most to earth and water. Right now in my practice, I find that, I'm sorry, I actually meant to say earth and fire, and then my spirit guide was like water. So apparently I'm working with earth and water right now. I usually feel drawn to earth because of my practice, though all elements are important to me in my practice. I do connect with fire a lot. I do like the fire energy, and I do like to work with candle magic a lot. It's one of my favorite ways to do spells is candle spells. But I also do love to work with my herbs and my essential oils and my crystals, which I would consider to be earth-based magic. I do like water as well, as my spirit guide was whispering in my ear, because of its gentle energy, and water's just a very nice element to work with. I think when we're having a lot of stress and negativity in our life, it's a nice cleansing and gentle one to work with. And probably also my spirit guide was reminding me to put out my water jug today to collect my full moon water, because it's the full moon as I'm making this video, so I will do that. But yes, earth and fire I connect with the most, probably also because I'm a Sagittarius Taurus, so fire, earth, but also my practice, I love candle magic and all the nature-based earth things that I work with. Is there an element you work with the least? Yes, in my practice, I've been practicing for 11 years going on 12 now. Wait, I'm thinking. Yes, I would say, yes, 11 years going on 12 now. And the one that I've always least worked with is air. I don't know why, I just don't feel an urge to work with air a lot. though it is important for communication. I just haven't worked with air a lot. Not that I don't like it, I just have not worked with it a lot. Are there any paths, practices, or types of magic you are inexperienced in but very interested in? Yes, there's lots. I've been looking to hedge witchery. I want to look into traditional witchcraft, and shout out to the traditional witchcraft book by my friend Kelvin Mercury. You should get it. I will post a link below if I can. Otherwise, I will post it to Facebook with this video, and I do have it on my Facebook page. Kelvin Mercury wrote a book about traditional witchcraft, and that's his practice, and I want to buy that book. I'm going to buy that book and read it because I want to learn more about traditional witchcraft. Also, I have been interested in looking into voodoo. I have looked a little bit into hoodoo, would like to look into voodoo. I'm really interested in their connection to working with ancestors and spirits. And I have been looking into shamanism and Native American spirituality, and I would like to look a little bit more into shamanism. I have a couple books I've been reading about that. So those will be the ones that I don't have a lot of experience in. I haven't practiced them, but I do want to continue learning about them because I am interested in what they offer. What tools do you use? Oh, like the traditional ones. I use my athame a lot, and my wand, and I have my pentacle. I have my bell. I work a lot with divination tools, oracle cards, tarot cards, crystal lithomancy, pendulums, runes, ogam. Crystals are tools to me, and any supplies could also be a tool for your magic, to aid your magic. So I work with a lot of different tools. Do you use altars or shrines? Yes, I do. This is my altar. Oh, and my cauldron, that's a tool that I work with. And my mortar and pestles, those are also very important tools. And this is my Esbat Altar, and this is my soul altar. This one's set up for air right now, and that one's set up for the blood moon, October full moon. And then this one's set up for Samhain. There's pictures on Facebook. It has little pumpkin altar cloth, and it's set up for Samhain. I do not have shrines, though, however, because I do not work with deities. If you celebrate the Sabbats, which is your favorite? Oh man, this changes every year. Honestly, it does. I would say I still really do like Ostara. I like that Ostara is the emergence of spring, the new beginnings, the fertility of your projects. You can finally start working on your projects. You can start manifesting your desires. There's that newness of spring and fertility of your projects and your ideas. And the weather's nicer. We're not in winter anymore. There's balance, equilibrium with Ostara. So I would say Ostara is my favorite. It's been that way for a couple of years. Have you found any music that relates to your craft or that helps you work and express yourself? Yes, I love listening to Lindsey Sterling, and McKinnon, I want to say, oh my gosh, Lorena McKinnon, there we go. And I also do like to listen to Evanescence. Depending on my mood, those are kind of the different phases. McKinnon's very witchy pagan. Evanescence is gothic, kind of when I want to do more shadow work and work with more of the waning moon shadow work energies. And Lindsey Sterling is just very happy, uplifting, makes me happy, and just gets me in that magical mood. I love her music. If you could live any three places, where would you, if you could live in any three places, where would you live? Okay, number one, in a cabin in the woods, leave me alone. Just let me have my life in the woods with my farm and just be happy. Number two is a beautiful little colonial cottage on the beach. without the risk of any hurricanes. And just being on the beach in a nice little colonial cottage, a little beach house. I love taking vacations to the beach because I'm in Oregon, and it's really just very nice to connect to the goddess energy at the ocean and with the beach. And I love all of the nautical beach cottages that we stay at. And the third place that I would want to live at, if I could live anywhere, I think it would have to be like the hills of Ireland or Scotland in like a nice rustic, not a castle because those are damp and cold, but a nice old-fashioned rustic cottage with a thicket roof, even though that's not very practical, but still I love that like kind of fairy cottage look in the hills of Ireland or in the Highlands of Scotland. I would love that. Are you open about your beliefs, or are they mostly kept in the broom closet? They are mostly kept in the broom closet. I am open with friends and my partner and his family and any new people that I meet, but co-workers, my boss, I'm not, because I work in the public eye and I just don't need discrimination. And my family, my parents, they do not know, just because I'm not ready yet to tell them. Most of them, doesn't matter if I tell them, we're not really connected anymore as a family. But I will tell my parents. I'm just working on it. It'll happen. Mainly it's just there's really no need to tell them, but in the future I would like to tell them, hey, this is my belief system. This is what I believe in, and I just want to let you guys know. So I don't have to like catch myself if I say pagan or if I say something witchy. I don't have to catch myself. I can just say it and then apologize if they're uncomfortable, but not worry about it. Have you ever run into any stereotypes or problems relating to your beliefs? Man, that's a good one. Any stereotypes or problems relating to my beliefs? Not personally, because I usually keep things in the broom closet. So not personally. I am very choosy with who I tell. Online with this, like YouTube, no, not really. I haven't actually had one of those negative comments. I'm now in the group of those people that have negative comments on YouTube. I have not gotten one of those yet. I kind of want one because I'm in the group now. But no, I haven't had that happen. I had an old YouTube channel in the past, and the person told me that I shouldn't be making videos. My hair is bothering me. I shouldn't be making videos if I don't know what I'm talking about. And I didn't agree with what they said, but I did agree that if I'm not comfortable with what I'm talking about, then I shouldn't be talking about it. And so I took a break, deleted that channel, and then like a few years later I created this channel. And that's really the problems and stereotypes I've had. I've seen other people have problems and stereotypical issues on Facebook, and I try and give good advice, keep you guys positive, you know, live and let live, haters gonna hate, and just be yourself, be true to yourself, and, you know, stay true, and don't let them bring you down. Stay positive, because it's gonna happen, and you have to be reassured in your beliefs. Do you have any witchy things you do daily? I do daily oracle card readings, so I draw one card for the day to give me some guidance of what may or may not happen that day, and that's the main witchy thing I do. Sometimes I'll carry crystals with me or wear crystal jewelry, and I'm starting to get to the habit. I bought a diffuser necklace, and I want to start wearing the diffuser necklace with different essential oils. And if I can, I will go outside at night and look at the moon, because that's just always magical. Is there a particular time you prefer to work? If you mean spell work, honestly, right now, it's whenever I have the time. Not really. There's never really been a time that I feel like I need to do it. I guess I prefer to do it at night, as long as I don't have work in the morning the next day, because I know I can just take my time and not have to worry about going to bed at a certain time, and everyone else is asleep, and the energies in the world are just more calm because everyone's asleep, so it's nicer. But otherwise, I just do it whenever I have the chance to. Do you work with others, by yourself, or sort of a mix? When it comes to magic and spell work, I do that solitary. I am learning, so I'm continuing to learn and grow as we all do, and I'm doing that with my partner because he has a lot more knowledge. He's been practicing his whole life, and so we've been learning from each other, and he's been teaching me. And I also have a group. We do not have a name yet, but shout out to my Pagan Group. It's an all-female group, like-minded individuals, and we meet up twice a month for meetings just to talk about a specific topic and learn from each other, and also to celebrate the Sabbats together. So that's been going on, and that just started this summer, and I'm really excited about it. It's been going great. So yes, it's a mix. I do like all three. If there was one thing you could change or have happen in the craft community, what would it be, if anything? I mean, I think the one thing we all kind of hope for is let's all be positive and not be rude to each other. I think the biggest thing right now is, and it's kind of, it was a big thing this summer, and now the big thing is, what is the, I guess the big thing now is like spirit guides and familiars and all that. But before it was people just being rude to other people and telling them that, like to newbie witches, or to new witches, I don't like to say newbies, so to new witches, other people are saying, you don't know what you're talking about, why ask stupid questions, just being very rude to the new witches who are trying to learn and get advice. And it's really scary and admirable and powerful for you to go onto social media, be like, hey, this is me, I'm a witch, even post pictures of yourself and be like, yeah, this is me, I'm a witch, I would like to ask questions and learn. That's very hard for people to do. So we should all be nice to each other and not say anything negative. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And if you are one of those jerks, I will tell you off. Okay, that's just not right. And fall for the new witches. It's okay. There's no stupid questions, only ignorant people. That's what I tell people. There's no stupid questions, only ignorant people, and it's okay. I'm ignorant of stuff. I don't know how to do rocket science. Apparently it's not that hard, but I don't know how rockets work. I don't know about chemistry. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't know about, that I'm ignorant of. So everyone's ignorant of something, and we're all trying to learn. So we're just asking questions to learn from each other. Even I've asked questions on Facebook and had some people be like, yeah, that's stupid. It's like, excuse me, but I've been practicing for going on 12 years now, so don't be talking to me like I'm a newbie. So that's the one thing I wish would just go away, because it just creates a lot of negativity, and we don't need that. We should, my hair, we should be here for each other, and we should be nice to each other, especially with all of the hate that we can experience from other people and from other religions. We should at least be supportive for each other and for ourselves, for our community. Do you work with plants? If so, how do you use them? Do you grow your own or buy them fresh or dried? I do work with plants. I work with herbs. I right now am buying dried herbs and then working with the dried herbs in my magic and practice. I do plan on eventually growing some, fresh ones again. I used to do that, and I'm hoping to get back into that, having some house plants and maybe a little greenhouse to grow various plants, and maybe even buy some seeds of some unusual plants that you don't just find in the store to grow fresh, that I can grow my own fresh, like mugwort or lemon balm or bergamot or things like that, just things off the top of my head. And how do I use them? In my magic, I use them in like spell bags and various spell work. I make incense blends. I have been looking into using herbs for medicinal purposes. I'm like terrified to do it because I'm afraid I'm going to kill myself, and it's a past life issue, and I'm trying to convince myself that it's okay, but it's a past life issue. And trying to work with dried herbs for medicinal purposes as well. Any familiars? I used to have a familiar named Smokey. He was my black cat, and he had a little white triangle on his stomach. It was so cute. And he had a brother named Tiger who was an orange tabby, and orange striped tabby, and he also had the same white triangle on his stomach. But Smokey was my familiar, and he died of old age a while ago, but he definitely was my familiar, and I've talked about him before in some other tag videos. He just did things that were very magical and familiar-esque. I don't have any familiars now. Are there any quotes, lyrics, poems, or passages from a book that resonate with you in regards to your craft? I don't know, live and let live. If you cannot find the goddess within, you cannot find her without. Dorian Valiente, Chart of the Goddess, and I also think that can pertain to magic. If you cannot find the magic within yourself, you cannot find the magic without. And magic is an aid, not a fix-all. I guess that's kind of my saying. And intent is everything. Last question. Is there anything in particular you study or know a lot about? Well, I am not one to gloat, modesty and all, but from having the group, I am the leader of the group, and having that group and developing lessons, because I develop the lessons. I research, I take my own information, I take information from books I have, I go and research other information, I develop a thorough information for the group so that when I present the information in our meetings, it's thorough and it's well investigated and it touches on various things, not just my opinion. And by doing that, I've learned a lot about myself and a lot of knowledge that I have that I never gave myself credit for. And those things would be crystal healing, herbal magic, aromatherapy, working with the elements, the basics of Wicca, Sabbats. I love learning about Sabbats. I know a lot about Sabbats and elements and yeah, crystals and herbs, essential oils. Those are like my big things about me that I know a lot of. Yeah, I know a lot about those things. And those were all the questions. Again, feel free to do the tag questions below. And one more shout out is with our group. We are based in Southern Oregon, and if you would like to be a part of our group, feel free to contact me on Facebook, same name, Katarina Black on Facebook. You can message me there, and you can just let me know that you're interested, or message me on Facebook Messenger. That's fine too. And I will look at your profile and I will talk to you, and we will go from there. We would love to have new members to the group, and right now we have 5 other members, 6 including myself, and so we definitely love to have more people, so feel free to be a part of our group. It is a new group and we are figuring it out as we go, but I just figured since some of the questions pertain to it that I might as well give a shout out about the group. Again, we don't have a name. We're going by spiritual pagan group at the moment, and yeah, but it is the pagan group. I am technically the leader, but it is not dogmatic at all. I'm not called a high priestess. I'm a leader in the sense that, I think that groups need direction. And last thing is, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so go ahead and message me on Facebook, and you can also do a comment here on YouTube if you want. If you're interested in the group, again, based in Southern Oregon, a spiritual pagan group. We're a women group only, and like-minded individuals of practicing and studying witchcraft and Wicca. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the tap video. Go and do it yourself. Have a good day and a good night. Blessed be. Bye.